Hey everyone, this week we'll be talking about how we determine the playoff seeding in majority of our leagues. A normal and simple breakdown for our leagues is based simply on a win-loss record, with the team who has the most wins getting the first place seed and so on. However, there are instances where two or more teams may have the same record, which calls for a tiebreaker. In most of our leagues, we try to ensure all teams get to play each other at least once within the regular season, depending on how many teams are in the league. This allows for the easiest split, leading to our first tiebreaker, which is head to head. In a tiebreaker of two teams, a head to head is simple, where whichever team won the matchup between the tied teams will then get the higher seed. In a tiebreaker with three or more teams, head to head only works if one of the teams beats both of the teams they are tied with, and a second team in that tiebreaker beats a third tied team, meaning the team who beat both teams they're tied with will receive the highest seed. The team who only beat one of the teams they are tied with will receive the second seeding spot, and the team who did not beat any of the tiebreaker teams will get the lowest seed out of the three teams. As you can tell, the head-to-head tiebreaker method can be pretty complex in terms of playoff seedings, especially when it comes to tiebreakers of three or more teams. So if this happens, we then move on to our next seeding tiebreaker, which is points scored allowed. Points scored allowed adds up all the points that your team has let up in the given season and ranks them, meaning the team who let up the least amount of points during the season will get the highest seeding, and the other two teams to follow. If there does happen to be two teams who let up the same amount of points, we then move to the next tiebreaker, which is points scored. Points scored is based on how many points your team has scored over the season. The team who scores the most points will get the highest seeding, and so on. Usually, we do not get this far in tiebreakers, but in case we do, we will then go to least points given up against the highest common opponent. If all stars align and we end up with a tie within this one, we then go to most points scored against the highest common opponent. After all of this, if there is miraculously still a tie, I'm sorry to say, we will then either flip a coin, put teams in a random generator, or select numbers for teams and draw the numbers. As you can see, a lot goes into seeding teams during tiebreakers. Please be aware that in a three or more way tie, there has to be a clear seeding, meaning if there's a tie between two of the three or more teams, we will instantly go to the next step in the tiebreaker as there would not be a clear seeding.